New jail footage has just surfaced, and it's causing a stir online. Viewers believe it shows Big U and Charleston White involved in a heated altercation behind bars. For those who may not be aware, Big U recently turned himself in.
But I'm going to go turn myself in, though. Because I ain't dead.
Immediately after, Charleston White fired back with one of his most outrageous accusations to date.
I've been saying a long time ago Big U in the 60s had killed Nip.
You think that for real?
I know for a fact they did. I went to the funeral with the Rolling 60s.
Breaking news, Big U arrested in massive federal RICO case. What we know. So far, with reports swirling that Charleston White has also been taken into custody, speculation is running wild. Many believe he and Big U may have landed in the same jail, and possibly even come to blows. But amid all the noise, one thing is clear. There's a major storm brewing around Big U right now. Let's break it all down. Big U, arrested in Operation Drawdown. Eugene Big U. Henley was arrested in March 2025 as part of a sweeping federal RICO investigation known as Operation Drawdown. But this wasn't just another high-profile arrest. It was part of a wide-ranging indictment targeting what prosecutors describe as a sophisticated criminal organization, allegedly with Big U at the helm. To understand the shockwaves from his arrest, you have to know who Big U is. A power player in Leybourne and raised in South Los Angeles, Big U rose to prominence as a leader within the Rolling 60s neighborhood. Crips, one of the city's most well-known street organizations. Over time, his influence stretched far beyond the streets. He became deeply involved in community organizing, conflict mediation, and even carved out a place in the music industry as a manager and advisor to major artists, most notably Nipsey Hussle before his tragic death in 2019. After serving a lengthy prison sentence in the early 2000s, Big U publicly rebranded himself as a reformed figure. He founded the Developing Options program, which aimed to steer at-risk youth away from gang life. His redemption arc, from incarceration to community leader to respected industry figure, earned him admiration across multiple spheres, which is why his March 2025 arrest shocked so many. Allegations that rocked LA according to the Los Angeles Times, the charges against Big U are not only severe, they're sprawling. The indictment accuses him of murder, extortion, human trafficking, and fraud. Prosecutors allege that despite his public image, Big U continued to oversee a wide-ranging criminal enterprise operating throughout Los Angeles County. The 200-page indictment paints a picture of a mafia-style operation, using legitimate businesses and community programs as fronts for money laundering and criminal activity. Prosecutors claim Big U leveraged his street credibility and deep ties in the music world to extort artists, club owners, and other entertainment figures. One of the most chilling aspects, the indictment accuses Big U of maintaining a loyal network of enforcers who carried out violent acts on his behalf, allowing him to avoid direct involvement while maintaining control. In at least 3 cases, prosecutors allege that victims of extortion efforts were murdered. While Big U isn't charged with pulling the trigger, authorities say the killings happened under his watch. Court appearance. A stark image. When Big U made his initial court appearance, the scene was somber and intense. He arrived in custody, handcuffed and shackled, a far cry from the image of a reformed leader he had cultivated over the years. The courtroom was packed with supporters, including family members and notable figures from the hip-hop community, underscoring just how deep his roots still run. Entertainment industry, ties under scrutiny. What makes this case especially explosive is its alleged connection to the entertainment world. Prosecutors claim Big U and his team used threats and fear to extract payments from high-profile music artists. The indictment references unnamed stars who were allegedly forced to pay for protection or suffer the consequences. This isn't just about gang violence. It's about how street power was allegedly used to infiltrate and manipulate the entertainment industry for profit. The power of RICO, the legal weapon of choice in this case, is the RICO Act, originally designed to dismantle organized crime families. It allows prosecutors to link various crimes under one umbrella, holding alleged leaders accountable for actions taken by associates. For Big U, this could mean being held responsible for acts committed by those under his command, even if he wasn't physically involved. Federal prosecutors Speak Out U.S. Attorney Miranda Hernandez didn't mince words. She called Big U's operation one of the most sophisticated criminal enterprises we've encountered in Los Angeles in years. What made it so difficult to take down, she said, was its reach. From traditional street crime to the glitzy world of music and entertainment. Big U's final message? Just before turning himself in, Big U posted what he called possibly his last video. The message went viral, with millions viewing and sharing it across social media platforms. A final moment of defiance or reflection, depending on how you look at it.
It's gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with.
The video captures Big U appearing visibly stressed, yet maintaining a composed demeanor. His choice to record this message before turning himself in underscores his keen understanding of the public relations battle surrounding his case. Throughout the video, he strategically presents himself as a victim of persecution rather than the target of a legitimate law enforcement effort, a narrative that has strongly resonated with his supporters. In this emotional address, Big U broadly denies any wrongdoing, though he notably avoids responding to the specific allegations against him.
But I'm going to go turn myself in, though. Because I ain't did nothing. This fact is, man, they done went to my house, kicked my houses in, bust my doors down, bust my windows. They calling my son at his football practice, threatening him.
This segment of the video struck a powerful chord with viewers, as it shed light on the personal toll the situation took on Big U and his family. One moment in particular, when law enforcement allegedly approached his son during football practice, sparked widespread outrage. Supporters viewed the move as excessive and needlessly intimidating. In response, law enforcement sources told the Los Angeles Times that contacting family members is a routine step when searching for a fugitive, and they denied any aggressive or threatening conduct took place. Big U, meanwhile, positioned himself as a respected community leader who was being unjustly targeted. He drew pointed parallels between his experience and the long history of black community organizers being scrutinized and pursued by authorities.
But y'all sending it around, getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black, trying to help somebody, trying to help your community, and do what you can. You just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they can go on the internet and do what they want to, and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy.
The narrative surrounding Big U's arrest has sparked heated debate, with many framing it not as a straightforward criminal case, but as racially motivated persecution. This perspective has gained traction, particularly in certain communities, where there's deep-rooted skepticism of law enforcement. Several civil rights organizations have voiced concern about the handling of the case, though few have directly defended Big U. Instead, they've emphasized broader principles like due process and equal treatment under the law. According to court records, the investigation that culminated in Big U's arrest had been quietly underway for over 3 years. Authorities launched the probe following a series of violent incidents across South Los Angeles, believed to be tied to territorial disputes and business rivalries. Law enforcement employed an array of tactics: wiretaps, surveillance, financial tracking, and statements from multiple unnamed informants allegedly linked to Big U's network. Codenamed Operation Drawdown, the scope of the crackdown stretched well beyond Big U himself. On the same day of his arrest, over 30 coordinated raids were executed across Los Angeles County, resulting in the apprehension of 22 other individuals allegedly associated with his organization. Among those detained were notable figures in the local music and nightlife scene, producers, club owners, and even a rapper with a significant regional following. Authorities also reported seizing $1.2 million in cash, 43 firearms, and a large quantity of narcotics. At a press conference following the arrests, FBI Special Agent in Charge Marcus Williams addressed the public, stating, "This organization has cast a long shadow over Los Angeles. employing fear and violence to dominate legitimate businesses and exploit the very communities Mr. Henley claimed to support. Today's operation is a major stride toward restoring safety and justice in our city. In response, Big U's legal team, headed by high-profile defense attorney Michael Ramirez, came out swinging. In a strongly worded statement, Ramirez accused prosecutors of overreach, relying on questionable informants and circumstantial evidence. Mr. Henley has been a consistent and positive presence in his community for years, Ramirez stated. We are confident that the truth will emerge in court and that he will be fully vindicated. The case has ignited fierce discussion within the hip-hop world, where Big U is both revered and reviled. Some see him as a symbol of the system's relentless targeting of successful black men, especially those who've navigated their way out of poverty through street smarts and self-made power. Others, like outspoken social commentator Charleston White, argue that this is long overdue justice for someone who allegedly maintained criminal operations while promoting a reformed public persona. Charleston White also offered his own theory about the timing of Big U's arrest. In a recent video, he speculated that the move was strategically aligned with Los Angeles' preparations for the 2028 Olympics, suggesting city officials are eager to clean up the streets and remove high-profile figures tied to gang culture ahead of the global spotlight.
Yeah, hey, listen, let me just say this about Big U now. This was more of a political move that had something to do with the Olympics. So the Olympics is coming to LA in like a year or two. So you got to think about when the Olympics came to Atlanta in 95, 96. The city and the county get a bunch of federal funding to go clean up the city, to prepare for the Olympics to come. Mm-hmm. So remember, Atlanta had the Red Dog. The Red Dog had the resources, the power, the authorization to go out and do whatever, to clean up all the crack sellers, the drug dealers out of Atlanta before the Olympics came.
Charleston White has also weighed in on Big U's legal situation, speculating about how he might respond to the mounting charges. In a bold statement, White even implied that Big U could end up cooperating with authorities.
This is kind of similar. There's no way that the politicians and these world leaders could let the Olympics come to LA and Big U and the Rolling 60s got a stronghold on the entertainment industry to nigga kidnap, to strong arm, to intimidate, to extort. So there's no way they were gonna let these people come to LA and they still have this free reign to do celebrities like this, homie. So no, they just cleaning up before the Olympics.
White went on with a passionate account of how he envisions Big U's reaction to the arrest.
So out of the case with Brick Baby, Loose Cat, and all them, who you think will be the first to tell?
All of them. Big U gonna be the first to tell.
Charleston White has cast himself as a bold critic of the long-standing code of silence within criminal organizations.
Gray Bird, Big U had in that picture going, nigga, man, that's Paw Paw. That nigga ain't that when he when he with his family and the news hit that he wanted. Nigga, he with his woman, he with his children, he with them grandkids. And them grandkids saying, Paw Paw, where you going? And Paw Paw got to go turn himself in. Man, crying on the inside. Just as soon as he can get by himself, man, Paw Paw don't want to leave them grandbaby.
The tension between Charleston White and Big U goes beyond a simple personal feud. It raises deeper questions about loyalty, redemption, and accountability within street culture. For Big U, the stakes couldn't be higher. Facing serious federal charges, including RICO allegations, he risks spending the rest of his life behind bars. These charges carry some of the harshest penalties under the law. Adding to the complexity, Charleston White has accused Big U of being involved in the death of rapper Nipsey Hussle. While these claims have yet to be confirmed by official sources, they have fueled public interest and intensified scrutiny surrounding Big U's case. Throughout this, Big U has consistently maintained his innocence, denying involvement both in the federal charges and in the tragic circumstances surrounding Nipsey Hussle's death. In a video released before surrendering to authorities, he portrayed himself as a community leader unfairly targeted by the system. As this case continues to develop, the truth about Big U's connection, or lack thereof, to Nipsey Hussle's death remains elusive despite years of investigation, speculation, and public debate. What is clear is that the relationship between these two influential figures was complex, involving mentorship, business dealings, community involvement, and, at times, apparent conflict. The hip-hop community and beyond are watching closely, hoping the legal process will shed light on lingering questions about Nipsey Hussle's untimely death. Turning the focus to their past, Big U's connection with Nipsey Hussle, the Grammy-nominated rapper tragically killed in 2019, has come under intense scrutiny. Despite much online speculation, it's important to rely on verified facts about their relationship based on public records and statements. Nipsey Hussle, born Armis Asgadoon, was murdered on March 31, 2019, outside his clothing store, The Marathon Clothing, in South Los Angeles. The convicted shooter, Eric Holder, known as Shitty Cuz in the community, was sentenced to 60 years to life in prison. Court testimony revealed that the murder resulted from a personal dispute between Holder and Nipsey Hussle, sparked when Hussle allegedly mentioned rumors that Holder was an informant. This official account has been upheld by the courts. However, alternative theories have circulated online since Nipsey's death, including unfounded speculation about Big U's involvement. It's critical to emphasize that no credible evidence has linked Big U to the murder, nor has he been charged with any crime related to Hussle's death. Big U and Nipsey Hussle shared a long history spanning nearly 15 years. Their relationship began in the mid-2000s when Nipsey was an emerging artist. Big U played a significant role in Nip's early career, offering connections, guidance, and protection. Both were associated with the Rollin' 60s neighborhood Crips, and their relationship was publicly acknowledged as one of mentorship, with Nip often crediting Big U for his support in early interviews. Throughout Nip's rise to fame, Big U remained a steady presence in his professional life. He was frequently mentioned in Nip's album credits and thank you sections, and the two were often seen together at industry events and community gatherings. When Nip launched his groundbreaking Crenshaw mixtape in 2013, featuring a unique $100 physical copy business model, Big U reportedly supported this innovative approach, which gained national attention when Jay-Z famously bought 100 copies. As Nip's career progressed and he achieved mainstream success, especially with his Grammy-nominated album Victory Lap in 2018, their relationship appeared to stay positive on the surface. However, some industry insiders have suggested that as Nip's star power and business savvy grew, tensions emerged, possibly altering a relationship once clearly defined by mentorship. In a 2021 interview on Drink Champs, 2 years after Nip's death, Big U addressed rumors surrounding their relationship, emphatically denying any conflict.
Hey, there's no loyalty in this group of criminals, man. Nobody have ever been able to uphold these codes. The mafia ain't, the Chinese mafia, the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, everybody, when they get caught by the oppressors, breaking folks.
Big U stated that after Nipsey signed with Atlantic Records for his major label debut, their relationship stayed strong, with Nipsey consistently involving him in his professional projects.
We ain't got no beef.
Right.
Period. We never stopped talking. We didn't go 2 days with nothing.
Yeah.
We didn't have nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
All the way up until he signed a deal with Atlantic Records.
Big U highlighted his appearance in Nip's music video as proof of their strong and ongoing professional relationship.
He called me and said, let's go.
Celebrate.
Where the fuck is the beef at?
Right.
He fly me to New York.
Right.
I'm in the fucking video.
Big U also highlighted his strong and ongoing support for Nipsey's musical projects, portraying himself as one of Nipsey's most dedicated and loyal allies in the music industry.
I am the nigga who promoted Victory Lap on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All these weirdos who told me who became Nipsey fans, they weren't promoting this shit. I'm the one promoting that. I went and did 5 days in the studio recording for the mixtape that was gonna come out after that.
Let's go.
You don't hear me?
These statements reflect an ongoing sense of collaboration and support. However, it's important to remember that they come from Big U's perspective after Nipsey's death, meaning Nipsey was no longer able to confirm or challenge how their relationship was portrayed. Some community members and observers have suggested there may have been business tensions between the two. As Nipsey expanded his business ventures, including the Marathon clothing store, real estate investments, and technology projects, his economic interests may have begun to diverge from traditional neighborhood power structures. Nipsey's buy, Back the Block investment strategy aimed to increase black ownership in South Central Los Angeles, representing a different vision for community empowerment than the usual street organization hierarchies. One documented fact involves a 2018 dispute between Nipsey's brother, Samuel Black, also known as Sam Asghedom, and individuals allegedly connected to Big U. According to police reports filed before Nipsey's death, this confrontation concerned business matters related to the Marathon clothing store. While different parties have characterized the nature of this dispute in varying ways, the existence of the conflict itself is not in question. Importantly, this documented disagreement has no established connection to Nipsey's murder the following year. After Nipsey's death, Big U was publicly present at memorial events and spoke warmly of him in many interviews. He took part in community healing efforts and openly expressed his grief over the loss. In public remarks, Big U consistently highlighted Nipsey's positive impact on the community and framed himself as continuing parts of Nipsey's legacy through his own work. When asked directly about Eric Holder, the convicted murderer, Big U has consistently denied any association with him.
Clearly had a conversation. They clearly was beefing. They clearly grew up together. And it's a nigga I never seen before. I never met him.
Big U clarified this point, explaining that due to the large size of the organization, it was impossible for him to personally know all the younger members.
Really? No, I ain't never met City. You gotta remember, we at any given time, we may have 1,500 homies throughout on the streets. Maybe be 5,000 or 6,000. But if you got 15, I don't know all these young niggas. I'm 54. I don't know with niggas that's 25, 26, 27.
David Gross, a business partner of Nipsey Hussle who worked with him on the Vector 90 co-working space and other real estate projects, has recently shared insights into Nipsey's business relationships in the years leading up to his death. In interviews, Gross highlighted Nipsey's strategic ability to balance strong community ties with his entrepreneurial goals, describing how he skillfully navigated the complexities of his neighborhood while building legitimate business success. Lauren, London, Nipsey's partner at the time of his passing, has largely stayed silent on the many theories surrounding his murder. Instead, she has consistently supported the official version presented in court. Through her public statements, she has focused on honoring Nipsey's legacy as an entrepreneur, community leader, and devoted father, rather than engaging with alternative narratives about his death. Since the recent arrest, speculation online about a connection between Big U and Nipsey's murder has intensified. However, it's important to separate verified facts from unproven theories. The current RICO case against Big U does not include any charges related to Nipsey's murder, and prosecutors have not suggested a link between the two cases. When examining the relationship between Big U and Nipsey Hussle, multiple perspectives come into play. On one hand, they represent different generations of community leadership. Big U from traditional street organizations, and Nipsey as a pioneer of entrepreneurship and ownership. Their approaches sometimes aligned, sometimes clashed, creating both collaboration and tension. Another angle looks at their relationship through the lens of mentorship in hip-hop culture, where established figures guide rising artists but sometimes face challenges when those artists gain independence and success. This dynamic has frequently caused business conflicts as mentorship evolves into partnership. A third perspective considers their roles in community economic development in South Central Los Angeles. Nipsey's focus on ownership and investment offered one vision for neighborhood improvement, while Big U's community programs represented another, both aiming to serve similar communities in different ways. Overall, the relationship between Big U and Nipsey was complex and changed over time. Like many long-term business and community relationships, it involved moments of both cooperation and conflict, resisting any simple description. That wraps up today's deep dive. If you found this breakdown insightful, there's plenty more to explore. Just click any card on your screen to keep the conversation going.